Hi and welcome back to another episode of this series where we are creating board game from scratch. In the last episode, I had the challenge of creating my own board game using Tabletop Creator, and surprisingly, it was pretty good. Today, I'll be showing you the first step using this tool, so you can do it too. And as I said in my previous video, I'm just a beginner trying to navigate in this new world of board games. So whether you are a master or just an amateur like me, feel free to join me in this adventure. And now, let's jump into the computer. Alright, so here we are in the laptop already, and I'm gonna be showing you the step-by-step of the Tabletop Creator software with the key elements that you need to know to understand how to create your own first board game ever. So first thing you're going to be doing is going into your browser, and then you're going to search for this website, which is tabletop-creator.com. All you got to do is clicking on get started, and this is going to charge, and then you click on download. Once you download it, you are going to install it. Sometimes you need to update the software, and then you are going to come up to this screen. And here's where the fun part starts. So first things first, let's see what is this interface. So we have new project. We'll talk about this in a second. Load, in case you already created a project, you want to load the project that you have stored in your computer. Then recent projects, demos, which are really interesting to see this software in action. Essentially, some examples that most of the people know about, like domino or cards against people, and then you can understand the mechanics of it, the mechanics of how they were created. Then settings, which I recommend you to not touch for now because you actually don't need it at the beginning. What you actually have to do is just clicking on new. And once you click on new, you're going to create a new folder, and you're going to put something like Tabletop Creator Test, for example. And you click on create, and you click on open. And once you have clicked on that, you're inside of Tabletop Creator. Now, before getting into the details of Tabletop Creator features, there are three key elements that you need to understand to create your own board game with this software: items, blueprints, and sets. The item is an element of your game, such as a card or token. A blueprint is a design template for your items, and a set is a collection of items. So how this works in real life? Let me explain this to you. Let's take Monopoly board game as an example to explain each concept. In the context of Monopoly, an item could be any individual component of the game, such as a property card, a chance card, a community chest card, or even the player tokens like the symbol or the card. In Monopoly, the blueprint for a property card would include the name of the property, its purchase price, rent values, and any additional information about the property's feature or conditions. And the third key element, which would be the set, in the case of Monopoly, would be a collection of related items. For example, all the property cards in one color group. Now that you know these key elements, let's go back to Tabletop Creator and start interacting with that. And here we are at the Tabletop Creator interface, and the very first thing we're going to be seeing here on the left is the blueprints. We just talked about that previously, and now you can see it here. You can start it from scratch. You can add your own blueprint with very different formats and dimensions. But for now, because Tabletop Creator gave us this template, we're going to be using it to play around a little bit with this tool. So first thing we do is clicking on it, and then we're going to see very different options right here and right here. We can change the name of this blueprint. We can change several different variables here. And then once we finish with this, we click on back. The very next thing we're going to be seeing right here in the left is the components. Once we click here, you're going to get to see this view, and then you have the set that we talked about and the different components inside of it, different tokens, cards, whatever components you're building. And once you click on it, you can change several things here. And as you can see, the design of it is the one that we created on the blueprint. That was the purpose of it. You can do this and then generate more and more cards into your set, more and more components. Or also something that you can do is duplicating this set. In order to do that, you can just duplicate it And then one thing that is going to keep things organized, just renaming it. So set number 2, for example. When you finish doing everything, customizing everything, your blueprints, your sets, your components, all you gotta do is exporting your project. In order to do that, you just click on export, and then you just click on PDF, for example, or if you want individual images, you can also do that. In my case, let's choose for PDF, and then we click on export. And here is the final step. Once you've exported the file, you're gonna see a document like this. You click on it, and here we go. You just created your first board game that you can print, cut, and start playing with. All right, see you very soon. Keep dreaming, keep crafting, and keep creating.